Hi, it's really hot out here, so I hope this doesn't take too long. Um, I'm going to tell some stories once in a while because I can feel my brain slowing down, and I want to um, make a recording of certain things that I find interesting that maybe you would find interesting too. From my musical adventures, I've done a lot of things in different bands and studying music and stuff like that. So I want to get these stories out while I still can. And this one has to do with when I was living in Rockville, Maryland, close to a guitar center. I used to walk there. It was really close to my house, and I used to walk to this guitar center regularly, and which is a bad idea for somebody like me because I wasn't rich and I didn't want to really buy these wonderful instruments, but every once in a while I gave into the retail therapy thing, and there was a lot of these beautiful Paul Reed Smith guitars on this particular wall, and I wanted to try out a guitar called a Myra, or maybe you pronounce it Mira. I don't know the correct pronunciation. But the guy pulled it off the wall, and I'm like, wow, this is really nice. It's lightweight. It's got the simple controls that I like. It's got the nice wide neck for my finger style if I want to go in that direction. And it looked nice to me, but there was something about it, maybe the color or something, that I didn't like. And so I asked the guy, I said, hey, I want you to order a new one for me. And he says, no, I can't do that. And I said, well, I don't mind waiting because I really don't have much money, and so waiting for me is probably a good idea. He says, no, you don't understand. We're not allowed to sell new PRSs here. And I told him, I said, why is that? I said, this is a guitar center. You're an official Paul Reed Smith distributor. And he says, yes, a guitar center can sell new Paul Reed Smith guitars, but this particular store cannot sell them. And I said, you're going to have to explain that one to me. And he said, okay. Paul Reed Smith used to work here. He said that before it was a Paul Reed Smith, it was a Victor Litz music store. And Paul Reed Smith was employed by Victor Litz. But Paul Reed Smith had already started building his own guitars, and he wanted to shop them to people. He didn't have a customer base. And so he was hawking them in the parking lot of the Victor Litz music store. And naturally, word got out, and he got his ass fired. And apparently, here it is, decades later, he's still holding a grudge against the building. It's no longer a Victor Litz store. Victor Litz apparently sold out to the franchise Guitar Center. But I thought that was a kind of a comical story that I wanted to share. I'm going to tell these stories because I don't want them to disappear. I'm doing it for my own benefit. I don't make money from my YouTube videos, so it's a sort of a legacy project for me. Thanks for listening if you're still here. Wait. I think I need to add a postscript here. There may be another side to this story that I'm not aware of, so I invite Paul Reed Smith or anybody else who might know anything about this story to contribute. But this is as accurate as I can get at this point in my life, okay? Thank you.